Mhm.
When we last left our heroes, they had rescued a small otter child from a cadre of very upsetting snowmen. Despite the rowdy nature of that little skirmish, the boy looks no worse for the wear. He was slid forcefully across the ice on his belly, but otters love that. They just do that for fun.
I'm internalizing how upsetting those snowmen were. Let me get back
They were
in
extremely
character.
upsetting. There
Hey,
are still piles of snowman parts around if you have any inkling to examine them.
Henrik was gonna ask, you're all right, kid?
Yeah, they've never done that before, but thank you. Who are all of you and why are you on my mountain?
Your mountain.
Well, I guess the mountain belongs to everyone, but my clan guards it, the Frostwhiskers.
The Frostwhiskers. So this is you're from around here.
Mm-hmm. And he points further up the mountain to illustrate where he is headed. You did hear tell from people in town that there was a child who had visited from the mountains and was returning back up that way alone. It seemed to spark some concern.
Can I check to see if the name Frostwhiskers means anything?
Yeah, give me an insight.
Will do.
It means it's cold here.
It does.
Let's get all this good
14.
luck. Let's get all this good luck out of the way real quick.
That is really good. You are familiar with the name. They are a clan that used to run in the same circles as the Star Spinners.
Interesting.
Definitely not part of the Grail fundamentalism that most of the Grail is now fallen to.
Henrik, Ingvi, sound familiar to you?
A bit. Where you heading, son?
I'm going back up the mountain. It was my first time going down to Vega for supplies by myself, but it worked out okay. Mom always warned me the Vegans would try and cheat me out of my gill, but they were super nice. They even sold me this eternal love flower for half price. And he holds up a very mundane looking pink lily.
Well, maybe you should hold off on any future Vega vacations. I feel like we ought to get you back to where you're heading. I think that's probably where we were. Where were we going?
Hold up. You say they traded in Gil in Vega, not Zenit.
No, the old money. They keep taking less and less exchange rate, I think is the word.
Do you barter for Zenit in your town?
We kind of just let everyone use what they need to.
Well, that's a blessing. At least we got money that we can spend.
We checked the remains of the snowmans.
Yeah. Looking over them with a cursory glance, you do notice that there seem to be some stone sculptures within them. If you give me a Dex insight, you can try and recover them.
I will try to that.
I think while he's doing that, Tierney kind of gets down on a knee and looks at the kid, kind of, pats him on the shoulders. Now, you sure you ain't hurt?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I got my heavy parka on. And he shows off the heavy woolen garb that he's wearing. Seems quite toasty.
Yes, how nice for you.
You should wear more clothes.
We've been
Yeah, what
trying to tell him for days, child.
I should have learned fire magic.
What happened to all that planning you were talking about?
We have been under pursuit. I have been underprepared.
And underdressed. Look, do you need a robe?
You do have a spare now.
It's true. I think Ingvi probably feels a little bit more comfortable in this climate, like without his outer robe. But not sure how well it's gonna fit.
I'm just thinking about the aspect ratio difference between these two characters.
His entire robe is just like a midsection, like midriff for you.
Still warmer than nothing.
Dear God, it's like putting a towel on a skeleton.
And we
It's
have
unseemly.
reference for that.
As all this is going down, Tierney kind of looks down at Armand and he says, I don't think now's quite the time for it, but I think I owe you an apology, and perhaps we have some talking to do.
Perhaps. I do appreciate your help rescuing him.
Well, let's just consider ourselves comrades in arms, eh?
Indeed. And Armand gives him a little bow. Maybe a little bit of sarcasm in that bow.
Hearing Armand's voice, the otter child backs away a moment, taken aback. Oh, I thought you were a kid too.
The hairless ones are like that. It's easy to get mixed up. And then Tierney sticks his tongue out at Armand, kind of mirroring the sarcasm.
Armand, I could use your small hands here though. Can you check out these
with that-
remains? It's too
With
cold
that
for me.
6, it's you feel your hands freezing as you reach inside. You're gonna need someone a little bit more dexterous to retrieve these cores.
Of course.
Truly, when you're as short as those two, every inch is a competition.
Comparing inches, are we?
Can I try to fish out the statue as well?
Yep, give me a dex insight.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh.
We love that.
You managed to retrieve, with that roll, 3 stone sculptures from inside the snowman. You got 3 snowman cores.
What's that you got there?
Perhaps why they were animated? I hand one to Ingvi.
Can I examine it?
Yep.
These look familiar to you, kid.
I mean, but we have seen these before with the. Is it similar to what we've seen before with the other elementals?
Similar. It looks like the very central animating gem within it is similar to the ones that were pulled from the earth elementals, but there's a hand-carved stone frame surrounding them that appears to bind them and give them instructions. The child climbs back up onto the snow and takes a look. He's like, yeah, my family makes these.
So was it your family then that made the snowman?
Mm-hmm. They guard the mountain. They're supposed to protect it from evil. But they're angry now. I wonder if something evil made it onto the mountain.
Tierney frowns. So, we're going back to your village then. At least if Valerian allows us to. Should we expect more of them?
I can lead us around them, if now that I know to do so.
You take a quick look at this one real quick, and I show them the core. This is nothing out of the ordinary, right?
This is one Mama made.
Oh, bless her heart.
Yeah, it looks normal, but it's worn down. I don't think it'll work anymore.
You don't mind us hanging on to it then, right?
Yeah, I guess that's fine. We need to go find out what's causing them to do this.
Tierney stops the child and he puts his spear down and leans on it, almost cool teacher pose. But his face is a little bit scrunched up and he's kind of eye level with the kid as he's on the bank, and he goes, "Now, I'm not trying to speak out of turn here, kid. But we've been fighting a long time. We've had a rough few days. We're gonna go to your village, possibly, Valerian permitting. Give it to me straight. We're not gonna get jumped as we walk in, are we? I really don't know if I can handle that right now.
No, I don't think so. There's not really a lot of people left there.
Now, why you gotta go saying ominous shit like that? Is there not a lot of people there because they all were ravaged by some kind of monster? Or is it just because people moved and they got better jobs elsewhere?
The only monster that ravaged them was...
No, don't need to hear this. You're too young to say it anymore. All right. Valerian, Ingvi, Enric.
Why'd you ask?
You look more familiar with these terrains, and Tierney motions to the snowbank that is as tall as him and goes, you reckon you can help guide the rest of us?
Well, wait, what's your name?
I'm Puck.
Puck here is going to lead the way, but Henrik and I will keep a close watch. I feel that we're probably going to be the most appropriate guides here.
I'm just saying, if I get stuck in the snow, you can pull my arse out.
Yeah,
If you ask
you'll be
nicely.
fine.
All right.
We might be able to fashion you some snowshoes out of these snowman parts.
Do a lot of sticks.
I never really understood how these things work. I'm more of a warm weather badger, but sure.
It's fair. Y'all ain't the snow boots.
Tierney goes to step onto the snow now that the dramatic moment of the fight is over. Physics comes back into play, and as he steps onto the snowbank, you just hear his armor clank as he sinks a foot into the snow.
Oh, it's gonna be a long walk.
Your boots are too heavy. The boy shows off his barefoot feet that he is somehow walking on the ice and snow with without any discomfort. This is how you do it.
Yeah, just do that. You'll be fine, probably.
Yeah,
Don't do that. That'd be a bad idea.
I'm not gonna do that, Ingvi.
Henrik sinks kind of deep as well, but he doesn't look the least bit bothered by it.
Just trudging along.
I've been meaning to ask how you walk in those things. Did you lose your feet in an accident?
My boots. They're fitted.
For what?
Not snow. We don't gotta do a jump puzzle, do we?
As you follow along behind Puck, you find he is taking some strange routes so he can jump up on and balance on things like a child does to entertain themselves as they wander.
All right, buddy, you gotta slow down. The adults here can't move that fast.
They truly don't seem fit for anything. Do I need to get the bear to carry you?
Tierney looks back at Henrik and he goes, "You're gonna take that from him."
I don't really care, to be honest.
As the party moves on from this place, Puck slows down a bit so you can catch up, and Henrik and Ingvi hang back a little to chat for a bit while they follow behind the others.
Hey, I just wanted to check. Are you, is everything cool?
It's a funny way of putting it. Yeah, it's very cool.
That's good, that's good. Look, I just wanted to apologize for what happened back there when I kind of stormed off all pissed off and everything. That wasn't cool of me.
Henrik, I know you've got a lot going on. I know those people didn't have our best interests at heart. I can't really fault you for that.
It's tough. I just wanted to let you know I'm not mad at you. I mean, in the moment I was a little pissed off, but yeah, I really do appreciate how much cooler you are than all of those people. You know, I grew up around all these people that always escalated anytime they got into trouble. Never looking to resolve any kind of conflict, always looking for an excuse to exert power and dominance over others. It's completely fucked culture I grew up in. I mean, it's hard letting go of all of that, but you know, I might have been mad in the moment, but I really do appreciate you kind of trying to talk me out of that.
I know it takes a lot to show restraint. It's not always the easiest option when it's the most obvious one. But I think if you take a page out of my people's book, learn to talk instead of rising immediately to anger.
It's not easy. In fact, the reason I kind of talked myself out of doing anything to them, I wish I could attribute it to your philosophy. I really could. And that's how I normally am in most other situations, but I don't know. I was conflicted. I feel like part of me died back there, not taking action on that. Knowing how many people they've harmed, how many people they will continue to subjugate. At the end of the day, the Orion Federation is a vast empire where getting rid of 5 or 6 of them isn't going to so much as put a dent in what they do. And it's sad that I have to admit that that might be my logic for not doing anything back there. If saving 100 lives would have been the outcome of stopping them specifically, I don't know that I would have been able to restrain myself, to be honest. Sometimes you have to fight back.
It's not an easy choice to make when someone's already surrendered.
You know, and that's where you're right. If there was any part of me where making the decision to kill them would have been based on personal vengeance, I don't know if I would have been able to live with myself. So, again, thank you. Seriously.
I think that Ingvi nods and he moves in. Gives you a soft hug.
Ah, Henrik hugs right back.
Look, you're not the same person you were when I met you. You had a lot of anger. And I think that you're doing a good job. I just want you to keep that in mind. We're here to help people, not hurt them.
Ooh, thank you. I guess we'll see how all this shit shakes out with Valerian. God, this could go south real bad.
That's a whole nother discussion we need to have, but...
Yeah, we'll cross that road when we get there.
Oh,
For
God,
now, I guess we should
Oh, God.
keep moving, I guess.
Yeah, Tyranny snuck in the snow. Can you go? Can we go? We gotta go pull him out.
Yeah.
He's sinking. We gotta go.
Oh, help me! I'm getting stuck!
He stepped into the soft snow and just cartoon plummeted straight down.
What does it feel like when they're too far away?
They
Great.
feel a compulsion to follow you to ensure you are safe and okay. Now that we have had a chance to resupply back in Vega, the party is flush with fresh food for their expedition. But that begs the question. Are any of you actually versed in the art of cooking, or is it trail rations for dinner tonight?
I feel like Ingvi knows how to cook. Look at
Ingvi,
him.
would you like to cook for the party then?
Do we have to beat the class? Because it is a class.
There is a gourmet class, and that lets you cook in battle.
That sounds stupid.
I'd be glad to try to cook.
Let him cook.
All right. Excellent. Now, what is your dish of choice while traveling, while you have the reagents fresh from the city?
So I think what it is a lot of practicality in how Ingvi packs his food. It is stocks that can be easily made into large soup. I think that knowing that we were going to be heading into the mountains, getting prepared to have something warm and nourishing. He had plenty of dried meat, I guess whatever the equivalent to pemmican is in this world. I don't know how rations work here, but I assume some sort of preserved meat that can be dissolved into a stew, and some vegetables, not a ton, but enough to be nutritious, healthy, hearty. So it's
That
a big
sounds
warm stew.
Serving up this stew to your various party members, and Puck as well, who has joined you, he seems particularly delighted by this. He says he's never had a warm meal like this before.
Never?
It's too cold up where we live, so we have frozen meals.
But can't you light a fire?
Oh, we use cold flame.
Do we know what cold flame is?
Total confusion.
Yeah, I think Tierney is probably a little bit. He's like uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, it's for him. I think a lot of this is like, you know, a good, open-minded but maybe sheltered Christian boy, like going camping, and then one of the campers is like, "Yeah, I practice. I only light my house with black satanic candles," and he's like, "I'm trying very hard to be polite right now."
Now, Puck, I'm not familiar. Can you explain what cold flame is?
Oh, it's like fire, but it's blue.
Yeah, I got that.
Isn't it the
Sure.
blue flame supposed to be the hottest?
Not these ones.
Oh, great.
I really feel like the color was not the summarizing element.
Kind of just figured it out as, you know, saying it out loud.
I'll show you them
Yeah.
when we get home.
So how do you stay warm then? Just parkas.
Usually we cuddle or we hang out with the frozen god.
Oh, shit.
Tierney looks at Valerian.
Everyone just like shifts focus.
I don't suppose this frozen god would have any obvious weaknesses or a sleep schedule.
He sleeps most of the time these days,
Great.
except when we wake him up with an offering.
To be clear, we're not that offering, are we?
No, but well, the traditional offering is to give him a piece of yourself that's frozen, but you can just do like snot or tears. You don't have to get fancy.
This sound like anything to you, Valerian?
I hate that. Do I know anything about this?
Give me an insight check. You're a book boy. You might know this.
I've not a lot of chance to prep, and that last place was really disappointing. Maybe this is the child that made that display.
Oh, wow. You think you have heard of similar rituals described for the various pagan gods of the land, where their worshippers will give them something of their element.
It seems that every deity is just an excuse to feed and grow. The simpletons make a ritual of it, but it's really nothing more complicated than that, is it?
We don't gotta be rude about it.
That's the appeal.
Tact?
I don't have to.
You could try. You really could.
And what of you? You've had this preternatural interest in dressing me this week. What is their fixation?
You not freezing to death, primarily? You not getting kidnapped and killed, mainly?
Frankly, Valerian, you put collars on us. We're magically compelled to keep you safe, and your nipples look like they could cut us like rocks. We're just looking out for your health.
That's weird.
That's exactly my argument for what I do. Isn't that interesting?
The nipple thing?
And that we have no pause for tact for my cultural differences. I'll have you know that bats wear this type of garb because it would restrict our movements otherwise. How else do you expect us to fly?
Valerian, I don't mean to be rude, but you don't look like you're about to be flying anywhere anytime soon.
Tact. Oh, the hypocrisy is glorious. I suggest
I didn't say anything.
you tread lightly with your metal boots. in more ways than one.
Tierney chuckles and looks at Ingvi. Listen, you're a spinner. I don't reckon to know much about the various cultures of these parts. I've come to realize over the past few days that maybe my perspective is a bit limited. So I'm happy to listen, Valerian. If you'll excuse my floundering with manners, I don't mean to be impolite. I was raised to be nice, you know. I was proper, at least for a little while. But I've been in the Mudlands for near a decade, and it slips out sometimes, I'm sorry. And I think I owe you all an apology, not just Armand, so forgive me. But I think the matter at hand is, we're recognizing a pattern. All of these deities, as Valerian calls them, they seem to be linked to not just the cultures of the areas, but specifically the agriculture. Some kind of... I don't mean to be reductive. You know, I do know a thing or two about a religion. But there does seem to be some sort of harvest cycle belief to all of this. Now, I can't reckon to understand what that beast represented. The one we fought in the village, Silent Chasson. But I did notice the flowers were in bloom on it, much like the trees around us at that time. And now this one here, and Tierney ruffles the head of Puck and kind of pushes his beanie down over his eyes, and he goes, this one here's talking about some sort of frozen god that they give offerings to keep them safe and keep them, well...
As the boy manages to pull the hat back off of his eyes, he looks completely perplexed and is not seeming to follow along with what Tierney is saying.
What, you never thought about him much?
I don't know. We just keep the frozen god safe and he keeps us warm.
Well, that's good enough then. That gives us information, now don't it, Valerian?
It's about what I knew already. They can't see outside of the system they live in. They think it's a symbiosis. They think that it helps them, and they don't notice as everything shrinks and people disappear until it's too late.
Now, I'm not disagreeing with you, Valerian. I think our minds are on the same track here, but do you mind elucidating, at least us, to what your image of a world without this structure? What does that look like to you? What happens when this cold village that persists off this cold flame has their god of sustenance removed from it? And then Tierney looks at the kid and goes, not that we're planning to remove your frozen god. I think we want to do everything except that. But my question is, there's been unrest, so what happens? What do you think happens, Valerian?
That's the exciting part. Anything else?
Chaos, then.
Order hasn't been working. The people of this mountain have convinced themselves that the source of their survival is the cold. It's madness. It's born of tradition. It's born of growing up in it and assuming that's how it always will be.
Just leave these people out in the cold. As soon as you do whatever it is you've been doing.
I planned to show them that they were always in it.
Oh.
Let me tell you all about what you interrupted when we met. You very nearly stopped me from fixing back there with the dreamers. See, the locals believe that there were power in dreams. They think that if you have a nightmare, the events you experience are quite real. That the only reason that they aren't true is because the dreamer consumed them, protecting us from our darkest fates. It's a cute story, a comforting tale, but there are 3 problems. First of all, it's a lie. These people are not protected. Second, the dreamer is nonetheless real, and it is powerful. Worst of all, it is venerated as a god. quaint folklore became twisted into ardent faith. They are thankful for deeds that were never performed. And when their nightmares do come true, they take it as a sign that they were insufficiently devout. When in sleep, they glimpse their deepest desires. Instead of taking action in their waking hours to pursue that life in any real way, they redoubled their devotion to the dreamer, awaiting their supposed true life to be bestowed upon them as a prize. As always, there are no gods, only stagnation.
You say you never left the Aeria, Valerian, that you'd never been out of Lyra. But what you're preaching, I hope you understand just how close it is to the Grail fundamentalism you seem to stand so opposed to. That sounds horrific to me. But I was raised to believe you prepare yourself for the gods. You work hard to make your dreams real, so that when your body is put in the ground, buried in the Grail, it nurtures those that come after. Your principles, Valerian, that you stand for, your ideals, are the very same principles that you criticize the others for. And now my vision is not so clouded to recognize where the true hypocrisy sits, Valerian. I've been wrong about a lot of things these past few days, but I would like to not be wrong about this.
In time, I will relieve you of your god as well.
Tierney shrugs. Whatever you say, Valerian.
Now you're going to get some of the soup.
Get some soup. Get your bag of soup. Now, while we're resting, now is a good opportunity to form or advance some bonds. We'll go down the line, starting with Armand. Armand, would you like to form or advance a bond?
I don't think I want to advance one this time, but I did come to a conclusion on the last rest scene, which was an admiration for Henrik, the way that he stood up for Armand, despite not knowing him any better, but just seeing that there was an unfairness, he appreciated that.
Thank you.
That's good. We like that. Henrik.
Yeah, let's go ahead and max out that Ingvi bond.
Ooh,
Ooh,
excellent.
let's max out the Ingvi bond.
So let's just go drop in admiration now.
Hell yeah.
You've reached the end of the Ingvi route.
Ingvi, what bond would you like to increase or make new?
You've unlocked this concept art.
So, I'm trying to decide. The thematically appropriate thing would be to increase with Henrik, but the meta appropriate thing would be to form a bond with Tierney. But I think that I have to lean on the side of what feels appropriate and drop in the Henrik bond affection. We are now at +3 with each other.
Oh,
Sick. That'll come in handy.
now they can get married. Tierney.
Circle back to me.
All right. Valerian.
No, I was trying to get to the page.
So back to Valerian.
I always forget what the list of bonds are.
If you go to the 6 tab on your character sheet, you can see your bonds listed. You currently have hatred for Zatar and mistrust for what you are calling Gone.
Hate this puck thing.
What's wrong
Would
with
you
it?
like to hate a child?
Would you like to hate the child? Yeah, I'm not struggling to control myself in the presence of any of these people, and I don't doubt their words, and I don't feel inferior to any of them, but I don't have positive bonds with them either.
Well, you can reinforce or create a bond with someone who's not here.
I can double my hatred on Zatar. Because somebody just thought to point out that Valerian won't be flying anytime soon. Great.
I mean, you can be mad at
Inferiority, huh?
Tierney for that.
You can be inferiority or hatred of Zatar.
Oh, you already have hatred of Zatar. You need a new one.
Ah. Yeah, I guess it would be inferiority.
Excellent.
It's not easy to lose flight.
If we ever meet Zatar again, you got a +2 there. That'll be fun.
Look, we have to. He's hot.
All right, and back to Tierney.
Is it possible? Does it have to be a bond with a character, or can it be a bond with like an institution?
That's interesting. Normally it is specifically a character, but I think I'll allow that.
Because I was going to say, I think Tierney is grappling with like how limited his perspective of the world is, and so there's two possible places I could play this. I could make him inferior to the god of the Grail, like his god, because he is realizing how little he understands about the world. But if it must be with a character, we could also place that as inferiority to the Queen Dinaledi.
It could also be inferiority or mistrust of the church specifically.
The church specifically is a big part of that. But
Would
however,
Gloria be, like, the main person there.
Gloria's not the main. She's like a bishop, like an archbishop.
Who
She's not
would
like
Ingvi who would Tierney have had like the most direct contact in that regard with?
Probably Gloria.
Probably Gloria, but she's just like a representative, you know, like
she's not the top of the steeple.
Yeah, like there is like a, for lack of a better word, like a pope. Like there's like a clergy, a conclave that exists. But Tierney, I mean, I think in all,
I was gonna say, I was just curious, like if it is Tierney realizing like who has taught him all this has gained some ire in that regard.
Well, because the thing is that he's been taught. It's been taught by more than one person. I mean, it's like it's literally his culture. You know what I mean?
That's what I was curious about.
Because it's not like he was given this religion by Gloria. Like his farmer parents that basically allowed him to get adopted were also like adherents to this belief. So because this is not like a new religion, it's been around for a really long time. So I think, I mean, if we must, I can put a either mistrust of the queen possibly, or inferiority to her, if we want to put down just an individual person.
Let's go for a faction.
A faction? Okay, so I will say then the fundamental clergy, and it will be maybe mistrust.
I dig it.
I feel like that can actually be pretty actionable whenever you're spending Fabula points, which I need to give myself one of.
Yeah, I just gave
Yes,
myself
that's
one.
right.
Yeah,
Everybody
oh,
gets
yeah.
one when we started. I forgot. Everybody goes up to 1. Yes, you go up to 1.
Yeah, so I think he's just beginning, it's labeled as mistrust. I don't know if I would say it's like a full-blown doubt, but it is just like he's grappling with the fact. Yeah, it's because I don't think he'll ever be like an atheist. You know what I mean? Like I think he just, at this point, he's wondering about his biases, and he's confused about the perspective of the clergy that is now theoretically hunting him, and especially with all the magic shit that's been going on, it's just not, something's not adding up to him, and he can't quite piece it together.
People don't change overnight. Valerian still dresses like he flies.
That was a good bounding sesh. Well, you know what that means. It's time to save.
Oh god.
Panic.
Panic. But you can have Poppy in the party?
Panic.
Starbear has left the party.
Oh damn! Yeah, it's not
They're
just
doing their
100%
own
this time.
thing.
And has been replaced by Poppy. Everyone's favorite character, Poppy.
Esper Gourmet
fucker's-
Poppy? That is
That fucker is
Necromancer?
replacing me?
Valerian's a mutant now.
God damn.
They hit
Now?
30, so they had to take their 4th class.
What's crazy here is that we have 12 hours. We have 12 hours in the game, and man, Keaton must have stolen the controller from Snapper. Like, she has put an extra 20 hours into the game since the last time. Jeez.
I can't believe Valerian took a class that
I don't
requires
like it.
even more sprites.
There's so many forms.
Well,
I
now
think
that we have a
maybe
save point.
in that path they probably didn't let him tame any gods, so
God,
Now that we have a
dude.
save point, Armand has to figure out whether or not Puck is carrying anything valuable.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's go.
We're gonna do some save scumming, some save and reload to see if we can RNG manip his loot table.
oh, I love this. Yeah, give me a Dex insight for Armand. This is fun. Let's bring.
Oh, that's the best roll yet. All he has is layers. There's just layers.
When you go to examine Puck and steal from him, you find he's missing.
Oh.
And that is where we're going to end that scene for now.
Oh.
It's probably nothing.
Not too long ago, we find ourselves in one of the guild's many incentive bunkers.
That's not a good word.
I don't like that.
The contents of these bunkers are regularly shuffled from place to place to keep people on their toes, to keep the merchandise from being found by those who seek it. But on this day, Armand has earned himself a visitation in exchange for his hard work for the guild. The familiar rat guarding the basement reminds you as you descend the stairs in that whisper that he always seems to speak in. Silent is the sun, seeker. And with that, you recall your limitations here. You cannot glimpse your sister directly, only through the veil. You can tell her whatever you wish, but she either cannot or will not speak in return. You're not sure which. Still, you can see her movements silhouetted through the central veil. So nodding yes or no is still on the table.
Armand definitely approaches with trepidation. This is always what he looks forward to, but never what he wants.
You see the silhouette rising, standing calmly, placidly, just on the other side of the veil. It looks like her tail is nearly fully healed.
Almost regrown then.
She nods her head.
Only a matter of time before they take it again. I trust you are at least keeping well.
She hesitates, but does eventually nod.
Do not know what I can do to end this. I am trying my best to earn your freedom. But the bar, it always rises. What can I do for you? You cannot answer.
She approaches and puts a hand up on the veil.
He places his hand opposite it.
Though there is a veil between you, you feel a connection. Both cold-blooded as you are, you can't necessarily say you feel warmth from her, but you do feel something. And that
Warmer
much,
than the cold stone.
Yeah. That much at least is a little reassuring.
It might be some time before I get to see you again. This next mission is a long one.
She nods her head slowly, seeming to understand the severity of your words.
He's trying to think of anything that he can do differently or say differently, but the result of this is always the same. A short visit, no words from her, and leaving in disappointment with the same rat, no matter where he's at, looking after him.
It's always that same rat. And like many of your visits, this one ends too quick. But do you leave her with any parting words?
Do not give up hope. For I have not given up hope.
And with that, the curtain closes on that particular chapter of Armand's life. In another time, in another place, we find the gilded halls of the throne of Dorado, lit only by torches in this, the midnight hour. Minister Hardy and Minister Furry meet in secret to discuss matters most unsettling. The gardener has forsaken our cause. No amount of coin could sway him. Oh, heavens forfend! Whatever are we going to tell her? Quiet yourself, you spherical oaf! Just as their bickering reaches a crescendo, someone else arrives from the hallway. Ministers, I've reached my decision. The two wait in silence as the princess approaches, their breath bated as she gathers herself. We can move forward with the plan for the good of the Grail. Your Majesty, you have made the right decision. You will be a superb queen. I will be the final queen, Minister. She assures him, slowly walking towards the window to look out at the stars that hang in the night sky, wondering if her brother, if Tierney, is looking at those same stars this night. Back in the present, our heroes set out for another day's travels up the mountain. I wonder what splendors await them. Who would like to lead us on our first wilderness roll, our travel roll?
How did you lose the child? The mission was to gather intel about the god, not tell a child all of our plans and set him loose ahead.
You're the one who went on
Honestly, I
grandstanding, telling all this stuff about gods and cycles, and we gotta find this kid.
Look, I think it's better that we got separated, to be honest. People were taking advantage of him in Vega, and aren't we doing the same right now?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, so I would rather not march into his village with him and do what we're about to do. Look, the kid will be fine. He's close enough home and he knows to stay away from those snowmen things, but he might not be fine with what we're about to do, so I think it's for the best that we parted ways.
Bloody hell, you think I'm worried about the child, Henrik? I'm worried about my arse. I'm the one that's going to freeze to death in me metal britches, a foot deep in the snow.
We'll be fine. You'll be fine. Do we
We'll be
roll
fine.
a D10?
Yes, it will be a D10 for the travel check. And indeed, you are hot on the trail of the missing child who has gone on ahead without you.
For God's sakes, I'm wearing a chainmail skirt. My balls are freezing.
Can't relate.
Let's see. A roll of 6 or higher is a hazard that you encounter.
Cool.
Thankfully, you do set out early enough that the snow has not completely covered Puck's footprints. You do manage to follow the meandering path set before you, avoiding the accursed snowmen that have been set sentry across the mountainside. However, the path he seems to have chosen is a rather difficult one for a group of adult men in mostly armored. Well, not mostly. Some of you have armor. Either way,
That doesn't seem that bad.
Either way, you're going to have some difficulties. You must climb a sheer cliff face to grow further. From each of you, I will need a might dex roll.
But before we make that roll, did we regain stats from sleeping?
Did you want to use a magic tent? Someone will need to spend, 3 IP for that?
Tierney can spend
think
the
it's 4.
3 IP.
4 IP?
Or-
Not to tattle, but yeah, it's 4.
Aw.
Sure, I don't
in
use
that-
my IP. I'll use it. I used it.
Minus 4 IP from Tierney, plus full HP and MP for everybody else.
Yeah, let's get this all refilled before we make some bad rolls here.
You're gonna need it.
Now, is this a group check? Is someone initiating it, and then, or are we
This
all
will
just
be
doing?
individual? Everyone needs to give me a might dex. However, you can spend any amount of IP before your roll to add that as a bonus to the roll by using climbing gear, disposable climbing gear.
I'm gonna spend 1.
I'm gonna spend
Tiny.
1 as well.
Oh, Tierney, my boy.
Tierney is like, I've got it, I can do it, and then kicks his boot into the ice, and it cracks a little bit, and he's like, I've got a foothold, and he starts to climb up and just slides down the ice and never gets more than a foot off the ground.
Oh, Tierney, do you want to use a Fabula point on that?
Oh God, no! What? Are you kidding me? I should have just failed this roll on purpose. That would have been funny.
I ask again, fit for what?
Climbing.
I forgot to mod my roll,
boost?
but I said I was gonna use it, and I can't back out even though I've rolled well. So I manually removed an IP.
All right, and Ingvi used 1 as well.
Yes, I did.
Can I spend MP to cheat?
Do you have a relevant skill, a relevant spell or skill you can use?
Yes, the one I just bought.
Refresh me. What is that?
I'm gonna jump it.
Soaring strike.
Oh. The wind carries you across the battlefield. Indeed it does. I will let you spend 10 MP to cheat.
And can I carry the useless one?
You got to be more specific.
You're going to need to give me that might then, if you want to carry him.
Well, that's not good. It'll be very funny if I drop him, though.
It will be. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, come on then. And I'm going to seize the badger by his dumb cape. And I'm going to cast a spell that no one's seen me do yet. Soaring Strike. And you said I wouldn't be flying anytime soon. And he just, a horrifying buffet of wind torpedoes Valerian into the sky. And I guess we'll find out what happens to to Tyranny.
You get to the apex of your leap and you realize this isn't enough. You have to drop the ballast or you're going to fall and plummet to the ground.
So it's that I'm not going high enough.
Not going high enough. Do you want to drop Tierney and successfully make the leap yourself, or do you want to go down with the ship?
Spend a Fabula point, reroll that d6.
You could.
I think I'm going to spend a Fabula point to reroll the d6 feeding off of my inferiority to Zatar because I'm specifically failing to fly.
That would give you, instead of a reroll, a flat +2, and the DC was 8.
Oh. That's been another IP.
You spent 1 IP, and you already added in there. Yeah, I'll let you use... You know what? I will let you benefit from the IP Henrik spent, as he catches you when you're about to fall.
Okay.
There we go.
Now that just leaves Armand. Armand, you had a 5.
Can you throw down a rope?
A rope would
anyone?
certainly be helpful. Would anyone like to spend an IP worth of rope to help Armand up?
I mean, I can.
All right.
I'll do that. You have given me IP in the past.
Most appreciated.
I imagine Valerian kind of ate shit at the end, but because they made it, he just kind of like skids on the snow, it's like rolls over, just kind of laughing to himself, and he's like, "I've still got it, you bastard."
Well, I'll be damned. I've been wrong about a lot of things. That wasn't one I was counting on, but good on you. The bat can fucking fly. Tierney is completely green. Like, he's like so nauseated from the horror that he just experienced.
Don't appreciate the condescension.
That was more ascension, so good on you.
No condescension here, Valerian. Just please leave me on the ground.
The bat can
Marvelous.
fly. I hate when he talks.
Thanks to your preparation and teamwork, you managed to get to the top of the cliff face without anyone taking my favorite 6 ice damage.
Where are you, child?
You shouldn't be yelling that, man. I'm just gonna I would like you to not yell that out loud when you're near me.
I didn't get to ask him what happens when a person swallows the core.
You shouldn't ask that to a child either.
Valerian, please fully heal your HP and MP from resting, and then subtract 10.
Oh.
Alright.
You're not gonna eat that thing, are you?
Not without knowing what it does, obviously.
Can we do like a quick edibility check?
Yeah, give me an insight willpower.
Alright.
Because it controls golems. It's like a mind control.
You don't know, but it does look expensive.
I wouldn't eat it personally, but you do you.
Curious.
This would animate any snow that you have eaten, and that is a bad idea.
Technology that is specific to the point of being useless.
Now then, Valerian, as you are taking the lead in search of the child, why don't you give us our second travel roll? It'll be a D10.
Does Valerian have any advantage because he knows which way he's going?
No, I'm going to say that's why it's a D10 and not a D12.
Ooh.
8.
Ooh.
That is also a hazard. As you make your way up the mountain, you lose the trail that you are following. The snowstorm from before starts up again, and you hear the faint screaming of snowmen in the distance. I want everyone to give me a Dex insight, and something will happen to whoever rolls the lowest.
Do 3 nut it?
Dex insight. At least I'm good at one of these things.
I thought I was good at one of these things.
No, I'm not.
Hey!
God.
High five, Ingvi.
Wow. All right, Valerian, As you get a little bit separated from the others in that blinding snowstorm, you come face to face with a snowman, and it explodes. You take 6 ice damage.
A creeper snowman?
Did it hiss?
Yeah, a little bit.
Stepped on a landmine.
I hate it here.
But after those 2 travel rolls are out of the way, you make it at last to the source of where you can tell that magic is radiating from. You have made it to an ice cave near the mountain's very peak. Welcome to the Snowgrave Coil.
I hate that name.
Oh. Ominous music.
Mm-hmm. We love a good ominous music here.
The first thing that comes to mind is the ice puzzle from Ocarina of Time, where you get the water tunic, and I think Tyranny. There's fear struck into Tyranny's heart right now. He's like, sees all the holes in the ice, and he goes, ye can go first, Henrik."
Indeed, before
If it
you.
can support my weight, it can support anyone, so why
That's
not?
true. Before you
Still got a bit of rope.
is a sliding ice puzzle. Anyone who decides to give it a go, what 2 stats you're using and what your methodology is to tackle it using those 2 stats.
Oh wait, is this like an actual like? I need to know ahead of time if this is an actual ice puzzle, sliding ice
This is
puzzle.
an actual ice puzzle, yeah. But
So wait,
you might be able to cheat with certain stats. What's your methodology? You just gonna try and go for it? You're gonna try and map it out in your head? You're
Mentally
gonna
mapping
try
it out.
and leap over the central ice column and just keep going?
I need to understand. We need to understand what we're looking at.
I
What are the non-hole special tiles in the ice? What are those?
So it looks like you can have some grip on these tiles here.
Oh.
You'll definitely stop if you run into these tiles here. And you'll fall
Gotcha.
down a hole if you run into these tiles here.
I was interpreting those as ones that you go over once and then they turn into holes. So I'm like, this puzzle's impossible.
You know, if Puck was here, he could help. But you scared him off with all that talk of killing his god.
We talked explicitly about not killing his god.
Didn't talk about killing his god. I simply said his god was wrong.
I think if you have a conversation about how you're not going to murder someone's someone's friend, I think that friend will still be very concerned.
My shirt about not killing your god is getting a lot of questions that are answered by the shirt.
I think that I will use. Can I do insight?
Sure. How
This
are you
seems like
using your insight?
I think that like what this looks like is that Ingvi is just kind of like pointing his wand, tracing out like a line of where this puzzle leads, and just trying to figure out what the best route to do it would be.
Yeah, I solved it.
All right.
No, I'm still gonna roll.
Very good. Not only do you map it out in your mind and are able to share the correct route to make it easier for everyone else, you actually see by inspecting the surface of the ice, there's slight wear and tear along the correct route because other people have taken it before you.
This is the most Golden Sun moment so far.
Ingvi proceeds along the ice.
Oh!
Oh, it actually works like.
correct
Oh, that's
path.
not the right way.
Oh,
Oh damn.
oh wait, so stop on those. Okay, not in front of them.
Oh, that goes there
That's
eventually.
what I-
that was,
okay,
that
that's
was
what I was
the
trying to
really
figure
long
out.
way of getting there.
Meow.
Well,
There
I
might
was
be a
looking at
shorter
like
way.
I thought
There
that
wa-
like you bumped up on those. I didn't realize that you stopped.
Yeah, I
on
thought you
those.
fucked
That makes
yourself.
sense. All right, now do that, y'all.
Wait, he's not sliding.
Apparently, I don't slide.
What?
Is the sliding a mechanic, or was he just
Oh, I didn't do
doing it
that.
himself?
Oh, I did that.
I was doing it.
Yeah, I wasn't doing
Yeah.
that at
Oh.
all.
Oh.
Oh. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna make you roll for that. You just found a faster way than the way
Yeah.
I had intended.
Yeah, that's the way I saw it.
That's what I was gonna do as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Armand just like watches Ingvi do this and is like, this seems
Yeah.
easier than that.
After a moment, I was like, "This is really short," and then I saw the way that Ingvi went. I'm like, "Oh, he's fucked." I thought it wasn't gonna work.
It's giving Ka not knowing poker hands right now.
Yeah. Excellent. All right.
I think Henrik wants to roll a might.
Hell yeah.
He's a little
Okay, roll
confused.
through it.
He's a little confused by the movements people are making, but
Tackle
he
behind
sees
them.
that it's a straight path out from that main obstacle. So instead of avoiding the obstacle, he wants to like full charge at it, bear hug it, climb around it, and just kind of power his way through the environment.
All right. Give me a might. Yeah. You fucking demolished that central ice pillar. So now it's just a straight shot.
And nothing happens.
Incredible.
Nothing happens to the ice lake.
Oh,
Yep,
thank
it's fine.
God. Tierney, just obviously nervous about stepping onto this ice, but seeing Henrik do it, he just goes, "Oh, thank God!" and then just throws himself across to the same spot that he did, and then just carries himself over.
You just like slip and slide, like you fall on your ass, but you still go the correct direction.
Yep.
Could you-
All right.
Well, now it's just too straightforward.
Now it's upsetting. I don't wanna.
You can still make a
That's
puzzle out of it.
disappointing. Now we just are gonna roll to see if it looks cool or not. It looks so fucking cool. Oh, he
An
looks so.
8?
he-
Looks
I don't know.
cool.
It's for when you have 2D. Oh, I misread it. I thought I rolled 2 5s. Good.
We did it.
You did it. You made it across baby's first ice puzzle.
The important thing is that
Congratulations.
Valerian thought it looked cool,
I'm proud of you.
and he's not really taking notes from
He can
others.
use the confidence.
It's not taking feedback at this moment.
Give a like a polite clap, like, okay, you did it.
Deeper into the ice dungeon. Further within these frozen halls, you find yourself in what looks like a gallery of sorts. Amidst the crumbling ruins that litter the labyrinthine ice cave, an array of statues stand tall atop a raised alcove. You see Puck at the top of the stairs here.
That's
He-
his family.
Doesn't seem to have noticed you enter, but he fishes through his bag and picks out that pink flower he showed you just yesterday and places it on one of the statues.
Ugh, that's just sad.
That's not a good music change.
It was pleasant music.
I didn't hear it at first. It was so much. It was very quiet. Really, when the music changes, I assume it's bad for any reason.
Hey, buddy.
He
Doing all right? Lost you back
He-
there.
turns as you speak up and takes a step back. Please don't. You're not going to hurt him, are you?
Wouldn't dream of it. We're just trying to figure out what's going on, is all. What's going on here?
Oh, this is where we go for the long sleep.
Oh, sleep.
The frozen god preserves us. That way we can be together forever.
Are you the only one awake right now?
Yeah. There were more of us. Some gave up and moved to Vega or even further away. But I didn't want to leave the frozen god up here all by himself. He'd get lonely.
Is this one your brother? He looks a lot like you.
No, this one's my mom. I don't have any brothers.
Forgive me. Well, you've inherited good genes then, kid.
You think so?
Well, she's handsome, that's for sure. So, I mean, when you grow up, maybe you'll be too. Now, I can't say, And then Tierney kind of, swallows something that he was about to say that probably was offensive and says, I'm not one of your beliefs, but you do this. You take care of them because you believe in them. Is that right?
Yeah.
And this is a gift from your frozen god.
Mm-hmm.
And they accept it willingly.
Uh-huh. Well, sometimes we're already asleep and we bring the sleeping person to him.
Sometimes.
Valerian, not now. Tierney shoots him a very, very mean glance and then puts a hand on Puck's shoulder and says, where I come from, we get strong so that when we do our big sleep, we're good for the earth. And looking at this...
Is the earth your god?
Not exactly, but you can think of it like that. The Grail is special to us. And, maybe I don't quite understand what you believe, but it seems your people are saving themselves for something too. Is that right?
Well, I guess so. For each other, mostly.
That can't be all that bad now, can it? You're a good lad. Were you asked to do this? Or do you do it just because you care?
Well, Mama said if she went to sleep that I should go down to the city. And I think she meant that I should stay there, but I thought I could make it on my own.
Ah. Well, I didn't like Vega much either when I went. Here, you didn't either, did you, Armand? Is that right?
Yeah.
So maybe you were right to come back, to not let your town die. I protect my town too, you know that.
He nods. He seems to admire the tall, picturesque stance of the badger before him.
How about you show us your home then? Give us a tour.
Yeah. I'm sure the frozen god would love to meet you.
And as the child walks away, Tierney gets a closer look at the flower. Does this look like the same bloom as was on the Howling God?
Give me an insight.
Okay.
It's not on fire, so probably not.
Yeah, that definitely made it look different.
It looks of similar color, but you think this might just be a regular, everyday flower.
Tierney turns around, looks at everyone. Let's be good guests to the child. But keep your guard up. I'm not sure if it's just my upbringing, but there is something off about this place. And
Something
Valerian,
off. I mean, I think it's a death cult.
This is preposterous. A town of one is a dead town.
Good instincts.
we don't disagree. But I'm saying if we're coming face to face with another one of these local deities, I'd rather it be on our terms than on his. So let's be nice and keep him sleepy. And Valerian, for the love of all the gods in the Grail, just learn to keep your mouth shut. You don't need to voice every opinion you have. It's a lesson I need to learn too. For whatever reason, I'm compelled to keep you safe. So keep your trap shut. You hear me?
Truly, you have no idea how often I do not speak. No one is asking the question they should be, which is, can any of them still be alive?
See, that kind of thing
Mysteries.
we need to maybe not say in front of the frozen god.
Is there
Do
something?
you think it may still be feeding off them?
It's all very possible. But perhaps these are mysteries of the Grail we can ruminate on after we get out of the village and out of this god's damn cold.
Some answers would be nice.
Some warmth would be nice.
I'm not one
here.
to let mysteries sit. Fuck.
A 10 is decent. What are you trying to decipher?
I'm trying to tell if they're alive. Any of them. Obviously, some of them were just dead to begin with. But they're apparently sacrificing people who are alive.
With a cursory glance, it looks to you like they are quite dead. Nothing should be able to survive being frozen in this manner.
Are they like straight up frozen? Like frozen statue frozen?
It appears to be, yes. They're not composed of ice. They are still composed of meat. They are meat popsicles, if you will.
No.
But
I won't.
I won't.
not in a way that you think could be thawed and revived. This is the end for them.
Let's get a move on.
Also, these torches are cold.
Ah,
Wait, thank
Cold
you,
flame.
Ka.
This is what happens every time. The gods ask for what isn't theirs until there is nothing left. And the people within make do until they don't.
You're not
Good.
wrong, Valerian. Some gods are leeches.
They will not change of their own will. This is my duty.
Following after Puck as he enters the next chamber. You see him standing in awe before a tremendous creature. A massive serpent of ice, a crown of frozen blossoms across its brow, stands in the center of this grand chamber. But all is not well here, and the creature is not alone. And judging by Puck's shocked reaction, these are intruders that he is not familiar with, that do not belong here. Surrounding the frozen god are several couriers, identical in every way. Together they chant, making Armand's blood run cold. Colder, he is cold-blooded.
Colder.
2 by 2, listen true. 4 by 4, stifled roar. 6 by 6, bereft of tricks. all in all, submit to thrall. And that is where we're going to take our break for right now. See you guys in a few.
You rat bastard.